All right, this is 5.2, and we are going to go over just a few of the things we learned yesterday. It's not going to be any new information for the kids in class, but Trenton, if you're watching this will be new, so just bear with us. What we're doing is we're solving a system of linear equations by substitution. What that means is I'm taking two equations, and I'm substituting one chunk in for a variable. We all know that equal sign says a word. What word is it? Is. So what you're saying when you say this first one is y is 2x minus 4. Agreed?
Yeah.
If y is this, ooh, my highlighter is giant. If y is this, couldn't I plug that in for y?
Yes.
To solve for it?
Yes.
Okay, so if I plugged this in, let me go ahead and get my white bar right here so that we can have a little bit of workspace without all the chaos of everything else. Right there, okay. Okay, if that's the case, how would I rewrite this new equation with, instead of a y, that yellow bit?
7x minus 2 parenthesis 2x minus 4 parenthesis equals 5.
Now let's do a quick little review for the people who have not had this yet. Why did you guys say parenthesis?
Because it's being times by 2.
Yes, this right here, more specifically this with the negative sign, is being multiplied. If I am being multiplied, I have to put a parenthesis to show that's multiplication, correct? Good job, everybody. Distribute. There's nothing I can do inside the parentheses, so that means I'll do what's outside it first.
Negative
4x.
Yeah, it's going to be negative 4x.
Negative.
Positive.
Positive 8.
What now?
Equals 5.
Bring down the things we haven't used. So we haven't used 7x.
And then 5.
This negative sign works as a subtraction sign in the middle as well, right? Equals 5. Now what? What is 7x minus 4x?
3x? Yeah, 3x.
3x? Is it negative or positive?
Positive.
Oh, we're subtracting by
A big number from a small number, so it is positive. Good. Plus 8 equals 5. How do I solve for x?
Subtract 8.
Signs are different, so we subtract.
Negative 3.
3x equals, so Ange said signs are different, we subtract. 8 minus 5 is 3. Austin says negative 3. Why negative 3, Austin?
Because you're subtracting the bigger number from the smaller number.
Good. And I can also say, who is the bigger number?
8.
8, and 8 happens to be
Negative.
negative.
Wait,
Now what?
wouldn't 8
Now
be
you
a
divide
smaller
3.
number?
No, is 8, well, technically, yes. I'm just asking numerically, who is bigger, 8 or 5?
Numerically, alright.
Yeah. Now what?
Divide 3.
Okay?
Divide 3. And
Negative
it's going
1.
to be negative 3.
Oh, yeah. No, negative 1.
Oh, crap, yeah.
Yeah? Now, Trenton, or whoever's watching this to help study, my final answer will always be an ordered pair. You just found x in said ordered pair. So now this is negative 1. How would I find y, everybody?
You take your negative 1 and bring it all the way up to the top.
Okay, so Angeline says x is negative 1, which means I could go back to my original equation and say x is negative 1, right? Let's do that. What is 2 times negative 1?
Negative.
What is negative 2 minus 4? Signs are the same.
So negative 6.
Negative 6? 4 plus 2 is 6. They're all negative, so it's going to be negative. So your answer is
Negative 1.
comma negative 6. That is called solving by substitution, because think of it like a substitute teacher. I'm plugging in this yellow for this yellow who's missing. Correct? Good job, guys.
Can you run out of substitutes?
In like real life?
I mean, like, no, in this, like, can you have too many things that you need to substitute?
No.
No, because there's only 2 coordinate things.
Right, there's only an x and a y, right? Yeah.
But what if there were to be more?
You can have some different answers, which we will talk about in lesson 5.4 next week.
Okay.
There's sometimes you don't get a solution,
Oh, okay.
and I'll talk about those later.
So would that still be undefined, or would it be a different word?
We would use a different word. We would just say no solution.
Ah.
But good question. All right, let's do 1, 2, and 3 on this video as well. Sound good?
Is this homework?
No. You guys can walk me through it, though, so whoever's watching this to help study. we'll know what to do. Number 1, do I have one equation
Yes.
at least with, they're both, right?
Yes.
So this, does it matter which one I choose?
No.
It really doesn't. I'm just going to go ahead and write this because I always like to do the first one anyway. Y is, let me grab my highlighter, 2x plus 3. So can I plug that in for the y?
Yes.
All right, so what would my new hunka-munka giant equation be?
2x plus 3 equals 5x.
2x plus 3 equals 5x. Now here's something we haven't seen in a while. How this is different than the one we did up here. My variables are on both sides.
Subtract 2x.
So subtract. No.
Yes, you're right.
You good?
My variables are on both sides, correct?
Yes.
I want my variables on one side. Now,
Alright.
let me show you what would happen if I subtract 5x from this side.
You won't have anything in the other.
Yeah, this would be empty. Think of it as a scale that, weighs things. We don't want our scale to be empty. They have to be equal. There has to be something at least on one side of the equation, correct?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to subtract 5x. What should I do?
2x. Subtract 2x.
Subtract the 2x to get it over there.
And then you'll have 3 equals 5x. Oh, you're not going to do
What is 5x minus 2x?
that.
3x.
Good.
Positive 3x.
Now how to solve for x?
Divide. Yeah. So 1.
So, remember, our final answers are an ordered pair.
Yep.
Who did I just find?
X.
Now, how do I go find y?
Plug it in for the x.
Just substitute.
Substitute. Now, this one's kind of fun, you guys. X is 1, correct?
Yes.
Could I plug 1 in for here and get the right answer?
Yes.
Could I also plug 1 in for here and get the right answer?
Yeah.
I could. I
So it's
actually,
gonna be 5.
yeah, I think I want to choose the bottom equation because isn't that one really easy?
Mhm.
What's 1 times 5?
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. That's a tough one. It's 5. But now, think about the top one. If I would have plugged a 1 in right here, what's 1 times 2? 2. What's 2 plus 3?
5.
Did it matter which one I plugged it in for? No, I'm still going to get my y is 5.
Does it, is there any difference at all besides the solving steps if we were to have done the bottom one first?
Yeah, nothing different, honestly. Because if I would have done the bottom one first, do you mean if I would have plugged in 5x for the y up top? Is that what you mean?
No, I mean if we were to have started with the bottom.
Like if we
Would there
did
be
the
anything
5.
different?
You mean if I said y is this, plug it in for y?
Uh-huh.
No, it would have been the exact same. It's the exact same equation right here. It's just backwards, right? It would have been 5x equals 2x plus 3.
I didn't
Okay,
say that.
yeah, I'll just...
That's a good question. Okay, number 2. I'm going to go and erase this so we have some nice clear workspace. Number 2. My first thing I need to ask myself is, do I have at least one equation where the variable is by itself?
No. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes I do. Yes I do. It's the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
This is saying y is this. Who can I plug that in for?
Oh, so if I were to have just waited one more question.
Yeah, then your answer would have been
Yeah.
answered. But hey, that's great. I'm glad you thought of it. Now what, guys? Can I rewrite my equation?
4x plus 2 parentheses.
Very good. Parenthesis.
1
1 half x minus 5 parentheses equals 0.
0.
Wonderful.
So distribute.
Distribute.
1 half.
That would be 1, right?
So 2 times a half is the same thing as saying 2 divided by 2.
So 1.
1.
Alright.
Do you want to see how I know that? What's 2 times 1 half? Isn't that the same as 2 over 1?
Yeah.
2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 1 is 2.
Oh, I completely forgot you did that with
It's
fractions.
1.
It's 1!
I completely forgot that you did that with fractions.
Yes. So 2 times a half x is how many x?
1x.
1x. Can I just write it like that?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. What's 2 times negative 5?
Negative.
Negative 10.
Negative 10. Now what?
Now you add
Bring
everything
stuff down.
else.
Bring stuff down. 4x. What sign goes in between
Plus.
those?
Yes.
Very lovely.
Equals 0.
Equals 0.
Like
And
item.
then like items. Haha.
5x.
Minus 10 equals 0. So
Plus
now you
10.
add 10.
Haha.
So no one answer aren't letting anyone answer.
I know, they're taking control.
2x.
Divide
Yes,
by
it's
5.
5 by 5. I said first.
2x. 2x.
No, the answer's not 2x. The answer is x equals
2.
2.
Yay.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I know that's what you meant. Now, what coordinate did I just find?
X.
The x one. So this is 2.
Substitute.
Substitute. I'm going to go
It would
and
just be 1.
I'm going to grab this. So x is 2. Let's put it in right here.
It would just be 1.
You're saying a half times 2 is 1.
Yes.
1 minus 5.
1 minus 5
Negative
equals
4.
-4.
Very good. So the answer is 2 comma
Negative 4.
-4. You got
I
this.
was gonna say that.
You guys are doing awesome.
They're fighting not letting
It's her fault.
Now 3 is a little different than all the other ones we've done, and you'll probably see why right away. What variable's by itself already?
X.
We're so used to y being by itself, but is it okay if x is by itself?
Ah.
Sure, it's just saying that x is this. Put it in for x.
So 2 parentheses 5y plus 3 equal plus 4y equals -1. Quit laughing at me.
Did you guys follow her okay?
Yeah.
Distribute.
Distribute.
Most of the part. The
Now
part
what?
2 times 10
didn't
equals
start.
10y, so
10y.
whatever. 6 plus 6 plus 4y equals -1.
Okay?
Like items.
Like items.
14.
14
Y.
y
Plus 6. Equals -1.
equals negative.
Okay, stay focused.
Subtract 6.
Sign's the same, so we add 7.
What kind of a 7?
-7.
Yep, if we're adding and they're all negative, we got to keep it negative.
Then you
Divide
divide by
14.
14. Divide by 14. And I don't know how you're going to do that.
Well, hold on. What's half of 14?
7.
7?
Sorry.
So isn't 7/14 equivalent to a half?
Yes. So it's just a half.
What kind of a half?
Negative
half.
1.
Negative a half because that -7, right?
Yeah.
Y is negative half. So here's where kids mess up.
Oh no.
In the coordinate pair, what did I just find?
Why?
Why?
Good.
Oh,
Do not plug this in for x. This is -1/2 is y.
Yeah.
That's where kids mess
And
up.
It's like the 0 when you do the opposite thing.
Yes, you have to remember to put it where it goes, right?
If you're solving for x, you're finding y, and if you're
Mhm.
finding y, you're solving for x.
Very good, Austin.
We have an assembly
We should, right?
today.
Isn't there something?
No.
Oh yeah, you're right in the gym. Okay, let's finish this one real quick.
Right now?
Let's finish this one real quick.
Why?
How do I find x now?
You put it for the X, right?
No,
Y
why?
is a half, so can I put a y right there?
Yes.
5 times -1/2 is the same thing as taking 5 divided by -2.
So it's going to be 1.
Well, what is 5 divided by 2?
Divided by 2 is
2.5.
2.5? But it's going to be negative?
Yes.
So it's going to be -2.5 plus 3.
Yes.
Do you want this paper?
Hold on. What is -2.5 plus 3?
5.5.
Signs are different, so we...
Subtract.
What is
So it's
3 minus
negative
2.5?
1/2.
Well, no, not -1/2.
3.2.5 would be so
Negative
1/2.
Negative half. Wait, not negative half, positive half.
Why?
Because look, -2.5 plus the 3. So what's my final coordinate?
3 or 1/2. Wait, what?
Half comma negative half.
How would that work?
Because we took 3 minus 2.5 and got 0.5.
Half and half.
0.5 is the same thing as a half.
So would you ever graph these or no?
Yes, we did graphing in section 1, remember?
So you would start at negative.
This is just where they cross.
Oh, it's where they...
It's where this line and this line would cross.
Oh,
Okay?
Yes.
All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and stop this video.